Welcome back, everybody. DA with you here on CBS Sports Radio. And my pleasure to welcome on one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters in boxing history. Officially 65 wins, 47 of them by knockout. A man that has held so many belts over the course of his career. Roy Jones Jr. joining me in studio today. Roy, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good, my brother. I can't complain. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How do the holidays treat you?
The holidays treated me pretty well. You know, I didn't overeat. I ate pretty good. I ate a little excessively, but not too much, so it was pretty good.
All right. So as a guy that has always taken care of his body incredibly well and fought so late into his career and fought so well, were you around the holidays having to always be very disciplined? Could you let yourself go eat a second plate of turkey? How do you play it?
9 times out of 10, I was at a point to where I had to be pretty disciplined, and it wasn't necessarily the extra plate of turkey. You could have that. It's just that the stuffing, which I didn't eat much of anyway.
Yeah.
And the desserts.
Oh yeah.
The sweet potato pie.
You got to push away from the sweet potato pie.
That's what kills you.
And so now, post-career, can you indulge a little bit more?
I still don't indulge much because I still try to play basketball as often as I can. So with that being said, you got to stay ready. And if you get out of shape, those young guys will punish you for it.
Yeah.
So you got to stay on your P's and Q's.
When you were young, were you as disciplined, or did you have to learn that type of health and discipline?
I probably was more disciplined when I was young.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't like to lose. And I kept myself pretty on point because I always wanted to be ahead of the competitors.
Yeah.
And I knew that they would slip because they were young.
Yeah.
So I made sure I didn't slip because I was young.
Well, we'll talk more about how young training or young players, young athletes can try to train and be some of the best and what they have to do in terms of discipline with a company that you're working alongside, Star Vision, which is starvizn.com. I wanted to ask you about the boxing realm and world as it stands right now. You know, people talk to you about where you stand historically, but a lot of people also asking about Floyd Mayweather. Where do you think Mayweather stands historically?
I don't like to try to put Mayweather in a box historically. He's the best moneymaker ever in any sport. Pound for pound, the best moneymaker that ever lived in any sport, along with boxing. Skill for skill, he's pretty high up there. He's not bad at all. He's a great defensive fighter. He has more power than people give him credit for. He's a really good boxer, but he's more of a smart money-making individual than anything.
He particularly chose fights that he had a great chance at winning. You took on all comers. Mm-hmm. Does it bother you that he orchestrated an undefeated record?
It doesn't really bother me. That's his business. That's the way he chose to do it. That's something that he and God have to take up when he goes to heaven. That's what he chose to do. He did what he chose to do. It's like when you're in your time, you do it the way you want to do it. And we can't hate on people because they don't do it the way we did it or the way we wanted to do it or the way we wanted to see it done. Me, on the other hand, I felt like the forefathers set up so that we could fight, and the best was supposed to fight the best. So I kind of went with the old key of the way we do things.
So, yeah, would you have been uncomfortable avoiding?
I couldn't have lived like that.
You had to take on
I had to.
people that were challenging you.
I even had to give people advantages over me to fight to make sure I gave you a fair chance. So it's like I couldn't sleep at night knowing it was a guy out there that they thought might almost be as good as I am. We got to fight.
Roy Jones Jr. joins us. How did you give other fighters advantages to make it more even?
Well, I moved up to heavyweight, and I wasn't no heavyweight.
True. I
beat guys with one hand. You forgot about y'all must have forgot. The right was hurt, beat him with the left. Y'all must have forgot. I went into a fight with 2 stitches inside my eye. 3 stitches actually on the inside my eye. Because I got a cut playing basketball on the on the Wednesday before the fight Saturday. Thursday, I go to Birmingham, Alabama. Dr. Lee Mack stitches it up on the outside and put 3 on the inside and 2 on the outside. I wear shades to all the press conferences and stuff, pre-fight press conferences and stuff. Then we cut the 2 outside ones out before the fight so the doctor couldn't necessarily see them. And I go through a whole fight with a cut in my eye before the fight starts. Most people, when they get a cut, the fight is over with. I go in there with a cut before the fight starts and still win the fight.
Amazing.
That's how I gave him advantages. I gave him all kind of advantages. People wouldn't know the things I endured before I fought. Before I fought at Radio City Music Hall, when Method Man and Redman walked me to the ring and Whitney Houston's song, God Bless America, which was a historic event, probably my best ring entrance, I jumped off a motorcycle on December 9th. Fractured this wrist. Fractured this wrist, the left wrist.
Left one.
Yeah, I fractured the left wrist. The fight was January 15th. You think I pulled out? No. I beat him with one hand. And it was my least dominant hand. Because if I got a jab, I'm fine. If If I don't have a jab, I have real problems. Anybody if you lose your jab hand, you got real problems. If you lose your right hand, you're okay because you saving that for the bang anyway. But the jab, you always working with. That's your hook. You just outwork a guy with your jab. Most fighters that can beat a guy with one hand, they beat him with their lead hand. My jab's my lead hand. When you break that, you pretty much dead. I went into the fight with a fractured lead hand. I gave him all kind of advantages, bro.
Was that your guttiest performance?
No, my guttiest performance was when I fought Antonio Tarver for the first time. After I went up to heavyweight and won the heavyweight title, I had to come back down and recapture the light heavyweight title. I lost 25 pounds of muscle. I came to the ring as a dead man. Only my faith in God carried me through that, and I legitimately pretty much dominated him. Through 8 rounds, it was a good fight. Round 9, 10, 11, and 12, I took over. How? Where did I get the energy from? Only from my belief and my faith in God. And that was the toughest night I ever endured in the sport of boxing in my life.
It is one of the most inspired efforts we've ever seen in the ring. In the middle of that, are you wondering, oh my goodness, where am I going to get this energy?
No, I thought that in the 8th round. When I came back after the 8th round, I came back and said, I don't have no more energy. I don't think I can do this. I sat down, my coach was talking to me, and while he was talking to me, I was talking to God. And when I was talking to God, I was like, wow, I don't know, it's pretty rough. And it felt like at that point, he was like, you know what? If you want it, get up and get back out there, you'll get it. If you don't want to, stay sitting down.
Do you hear God's voice?
That's just what I felt. And I just kind of felt that come over me. So as my coach was talking to me, I said, give me my mouthpiece. I ain't heard nothing my coach said. He don't know. And I didn't mean to cut him off. But it was just, God said, you want it, go get it. If you don't want to, sit down and stay. I said, give me my mouthpiece. And I got up and went and got it.
Coming into that fight, was that the most pain you'd ever been in going into a fight?
Well, it's the worst I ever felt going to a fight. I was completely drained, and I knew I was completely drained. I was a dead man walking. And I kept running for 12 rounds. Not walking, running.
Yeah.
Not saying I run away. It wasn't even a walk. It was a run. That's how much I had to put out to win the fight. I couldn't walk, and I ran still.
You were always pure guts and emotion and fight and will. When in the ring did you feel lowest? When were you sapped of all of that stuff? Was there ever a moment?
Yeah, that night.
That night.
That night I was done. I was completely zapped. After round 8, I thought I couldn't go another round. After round 8, I thought I could not go another round. And I went not one more, I went 4 more. And won them.
It's amazing. You're such a heartfelt guy. I think about your trip to Seoul in the Olympics in '88 and what a robbery and a thievery that was and how awful that moment was. Have you ever returned to South Korea since then?
Never been back to South Korea since then. The only way I would probably have gone back if it was to go back and pick up my gold medal.
I was going to say, do you specifically want to avoid going back there?
There's no reason to go back. I mean, if I ain't going to get my gold medal, what am I going back there for? That's the only thing I left there.
You wouldn't go to visit as a tourist?
I mean, I probably would if they asked me to come for the right reasons. If it was beneficial to the kids there or to somebody that it really meant something to, I probably would. But just for my own reasons, no.
You're working with a company, Star Vision, starvizn.com. Again, that's starvizn.com, where through online training, you're taking athletes and celebrities and other people and kind of getting them into a platform where they can figure out how to tap into their very best. How does this work?
That's exactly right. What I try to do is teach you a good foundation, which is what I was taught by my father. When I teach you that great foundation, I try to teach you also how to connect with your inner self and to connect with God. If you can connect with your inner self and connect that with God, then the foundation would allow you to do whatever he asks of you to do or that he instructs you to do. People thought that I did things because it was me. No, I learned a great foundation. Because of that foundation, anything that was necessary to do to win a fight, or if God said do something different, I was able to do that because of my beautiful foundation. So what I try to tell people, even in the app, is that Star Vision is a beautiful thing because it allows me to give you personal experience and personal knowledge of who I am and what I was. And what I am is, I'm a person that believes in everybody has different DNA. If you learn the basics, then you can do anything your DNA calls for. If you don't learn the basics, then how can you do what is expected of you if you don't know the basics?
That's amazing. So check that out at starvision.com. That's starvizn.com. Again, starvizn.com, alongside Roy Jones Jr., Jerry Rice, Robert Ory, Dominique Wilkins, so many others. So many others.
Yeah.
You guys got a lot of people involved in this, so that's cool. starvizn.com. One of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters in boxing history is Roy Jones Jr. joining us here on the show. Well, Roy, enjoy maybe a second plate of turkey or ham or whatever you want on Christmas because you've earned it.
I will. I'll wait for it on Christmas.
Okay. Roy Jones Jr. joining us here on the show. When we come back, more on CBS Sports Radio. Time for your update. And here's Andrew Bogish.